Hey there, this is not usually what I do on my channel. Usually I'm just sailing and whatever I do on my days off. This is a house rant, and this is a home affordability rent versus buy rant. I bought a house in 2007, purchase price of $130,000, needed some work. It was at the bottom of the last, the last crash. Anyway, so I bought a house 2007, my wife and my family bought the house. We could afford the payments on one income. I work in the oil field and make pretty decent money for, compared to what I was used to making before I started in the oil field. So I bought my house for $130,000. 15 years later, I sold it for $290,000 at the peak of the market in 2022 where I live. In that time, I paid $162,000 in principal and interest on the mortgage. I paid $45,000 in property taxes. I paid $34,500 in insurance, property insurance, homeowners insurance, whatever you want to call it. In that time, I put in at least $15,000 worth of maintenance on the home and improvements. $15,000, and that's me doing all the work, me just buying the things and doing it. Flooring, windows, paint, yard work, pool, liners, 2 liners in 15 years, and a pump, or 2 pumps, can't remember which. I replaced the windows, redid all the flooring, the house was nice, did a lot of work. I sold for $290,000. All in all, I had $242,000 plus my maintenance on top of that in the home over 15 years. In that time, I could not sell my house. I could not move because I would sell at a loss. I'd be underwater. And 2022 was the first year where I saw the potential to actually get out of my house, which had become a prison after 15 years. We couldn't move. If things got tough financially, if I lost my job, I had a mortgage. I couldn't just find a cheaper place to rent. So saying that, we sold the house, we paid everything off, and I really didn't make much on the house. I probably could have rented a place cheaper than that, because before I bought this house, I was renting a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house for $650 a month. They could have been fine for my family instead of paying $1,300, $1,400 a month mortgage with insurance and taxes included. I probably could have saved extra money doing that, and I wouldn't have been responsible for anything other than paying the utilities and cutting the grass. So is it worth to buy or to rent? Run the numbers. Run the numbers. Unless that house goes up 3 or 4-fold in value in that time, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it to be locked down in a mortgage. To be locked down, stuck in a house, it becomes a prison sometimes. You might not feel like that. That's just the way we felt, because we had some tough times with, layoffs and unexpected things that happen in our lives. But we've been renting for the last 2 years. We pay like $1,875 a month for rent for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house down in Florida. We were in Derby, Kansas, near Wichita. We moved down to Florida because we wanted to change of pace in a different place. Florida seemed like a nice place to go. In 2016 to 2018, 2019, prices were reasonable. We could afford to buy down there at a reasonable price. The last 5 years have been crazy, because when my home went up, all homes went up. Incomes didn't go up, but prices of homes went up. I think most of it was real estate speculation. People buying homes for ARMBs thinking they can make a killing, and they saturated the market with too many of them. And the county started getting in, hey, we need to make a profit off of this. So they started trying to get in on it and regulate it. And it became so much that you got all these properties people were buying, driving the price up. The government was giving people free money. They were driving the price up. So now we pay like $1,875 a month for rent for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So it's still cheaper than what we could ever get a mortgage on where we live now. So I am happy to rent. I don't know how you all feel about it, but for me, renting is the best solution right now. If things change and I don't like it, I can move. I don't have to try to sell a house at a loss and lose a bunch of money, which I don't have. I don't have a bunch of money. Just to make it happen. So I mean, look at it in your own eyes. What's it going to be worth 10 years from now? What will you have paid on it 10 years from now? Because property taxes have gone through the roof, insurance has gone through the roof. Just the initial price of the house is way beyond reach. For people that make good money, they could probably afford a $3,000 a month house payment. But can they afford the insurance? Can they afford the property taxes that went up on it? And do you really want to be stuck with something that's a depreciating asset? Because right now we are in the biggest real estate bubble since 2005, 2006. When the crash happened in 08, 09, whenever it happened, all those houses lost 30, 40, 50% of their value. And that people were stuck in those homes or lost those homes. So do you really want to buy at the top of the market? I would think twice about doing it. I don't care what anybody says. Don't have a fear of missing out on anything. You can always rent. If you can afford to buy a house, you can rent. And these prices need to come down because people cannot afford to live anymore. The grocery stores are ridiculous. Everything's ridiculous. We all know health insurance and healthcare is the worst because the government got involved in it a long time ago and it's screwed the hell up. It's ridiculous, but that's for another rant. Talk to you later. Bye.